increasingly common for people to have love and money issues. We all have, or at least know somebody who has had to deal with such a situation. Separately, money and love are already very difficult topics. So when they are put together, the situation becomes even more complicated. If you are in the dating phase, keep watching. Trust me, you'll be glad you did. Today, we want to share with you money mistakes that people make while dating. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so and like this video. Every week, we bring you simple and practical insights to help you boost your personal finance knowledge. You can agree with me that love has a way of making things look perfect. This imaginary perfection blinds many to a point of making mistakes. While some mistakes may be trivial, there are those that can turn out to be very serious. And money mistakes happen to be one of those that can be very costly. Personal finance is never an easy topic to discuss, but that does not mean it should be ignored and left to chance. Understanding how money mistakes play out in a relationship will save you a lot of trouble in the relationship and your individual lives. The first mistake you want to look at is being too generous too early. We have people who are naturally generous. While this may be a good trait, it can as well be a cause or a source of trouble in a new relationship. Being too generous with someone you have just met may mean different things to different people. Although the giver may have all the good intentions, his or her actions may stick out to mean that they are desperate and therefore use money to incite the other person to stay in their relationship. You begin to wonder if they are trying to buy you. So relationships must be let to progress on their own without any kind of inducement or coercion. The receiver, on the other hand, may get uncomfortable because they may feel the other person is trying to use money to have a hold over them. After all, they are spending so much on them. And this mistake can also expose the giver into being exploited, especially when the receiver craves for the benefits that they are getting out of the relationship. Avoid being too generous in a new relationship. You could be creating a situation where the other person is in it for the money. The second mistake that we can look at is hiding your true financial position. When we meet somebody new, the desire to impress them may get the best of us. In some instances, this may be a few lies or half-truths here and there. Having to lie in order to apprise our social class and by extension our financial position is never a good idea. Why must you create the wrong impression by leaving it up? You could be lying about money, but in reality, this is an issue of poor self-esteem and feelings of inadequacy. Building a relationship on lies and deceit can be very draining, not only financially, but also emotionally. Keeping up appearances is very expensive. You are better off keeping it real and being comfortable in your own skin. The other mistake is expecting financial support. There is a trend where our young people get into relationships hoping to get financial support. It is like the only economic activity they want to engage in is finding a rich boyfriend or a rich girlfriend at times. They want someone to shoulder their rent, their upkeep, and maybe their studies if they are still in college. Expecting someone else to take over your financial responsibilities just because you are dating is totally inappropriate. And assuming that obligation can be very overwhelming. When dating, it is advised that everybody takes care of their financial obligations. But if you want to support, you can do it as an act of kindness and generosity. In the event the relationship fails, you will not feel that you are robbed of your money. Although I must say, most people who do this do it in a way to invest in the relationship. Keep in mind that a relationship can still fail even after you have invested so much. Relationships still fail even when so much has been invested in them. The other mistake is marrying your finances before marriage. You trust your girlfriend, you trust your boyfriend enough. After all, you are getting married in the near future. But it is advised that people who are not yet married should not merge their finances because this relationship is not recognized by law. In case of a breakup, the disadvantaged party may end up losing. Joint spending on big tickets should only be done when ownership can be easily established. Even when you are 99% sure that you have found the one, you still have to be cautious. Like they say, life happens. The last mistake. After you have dated for a while and your relationship is at a point where you are talking marriage, the next conversation you need to have is about financial goals, both individual and collective. You need to focus on your financial future. And this might mean cutting down on non-essential spending, such as weekend getaways, outings, and expensive holidays. Keep in mind that you need the money more because once you get married, you will have added financial responsibilities. I have said it before, money affects all aspects of our lives. We cannot build healthy relationships when we are totally ignorant about how money mistakes affect us and our relationships. But by having knowledge, we can avoid the mistakes we make out of love. Always a delight. Thank you for watching today.